All right, we recording?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Let me double check.
Perfect.
All right, I want to do a quick video for you parents and students at home because we're moving on in math to some trickier concepts and a lot of students are struggling with it, so I want to show you where we're at and where we're going. So we're in fractions and we're getting to the point where we're adding and subtracting fractions. So what we're doing is we're finding what they call the LCD. LCD stands for what, everybody?
Least common denominator.
Or the lowest common denominator. So we're trying to find a number in a fraction that is going to be, because we have unlike denominators, we have to get the lowest common denominator so that we can add up denominators that are the same, whether we're adding or subtracting. So here's an example of 1/2 and 1/4. And I tell the students that we have 3 or 4 plans. Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C. Plan A, looking at these fractions, is we're trying to find the smallest number that both of these numbers 2 and 4 will go into. Plan A is, will the smallest number divide into the largest number, everybody? Yes. So that's kind of Plan A, real simple, and the LCD here is 4. Looking over here, we have 3/5, 1/3, and 2/15. So we have 5, 3, and 15. And we're trying to find the lowest common denominator. Plan A, does that work? Let's look at the largest number. Plan A is saying take the largest denominator and see if your other denominators would fit into it. Would that work, boys and girls? Yeah, because 5 goes into 15 3 times, and 3 goes into 15 5 times. So the LCD here is 15. And we have to learn how to find the LCD if we're going to add or subtract fractions. Let's look at this one. Now we've got 9, 3, and 6. Plan A won't work because neither of those numbers will divide into 9. It's not going to be the smallest denominator. So Plan B, I say, is take the largest number and let's multiply it by 2 and see if that would work. 9 times 2 is 18, and we can see 3 and 6 would go into 18, so the LCD there is going to be 9. Now, if that wouldn't have worked, Plan C is to multiply the largest number by 3 and see if it works. By 4 and keep going. Sometimes what you have to simply do, if you have 2 numbers, is multiply those 2 numbers and that will be your LCD. Alright, moving on. Now it's going on to adding or subtracting fractions. So we're doing the same thing. We have 1/4 plus 1/2. What we're going to do here, boys and girls, is we're going to try to find a what? We're going to try to find the denominator. What's called, we're going to find a common denominator, or the lowest common denominator, between 2 and 4, and it's what, everyone? It's 4. Because 2 goes into 4, so that's Plan A, right? See if this denominator goes into that one. Next step is we've got to figure out what our numerator is going to be. So 2 is multiplied by 2 to get 4, so we do that to the numerator, and we get 2. 4 times 1 is 4, so 1 times 1 is 1. Now we can add 1/4 and 2/4, and we get what, everyone? 3/4. Okay, so you see, before we can get here to adding fractions or subtracting fractions with different denominators, we have to be able to find the LCD. And a quick review, there's three plans. Plan A, see if the smaller denominator goes in the larger denominator. Plan B, if it doesn't, multiply the larger denominator by 2 and then see if it works. If that doesn't work, multiply it by 3 and 4. And eventually it'll become like second nature, finding the LCDs. But we've got a lot of that going on in the future, so we got to make sure we get the basics down. Hope that helped.